So you decided to become an entrepreneur. Congratulations. That is so cool. Now, what do you do first? What I'd like to do is to show you some things that are common mistakes that many people make and get you going well so that you have a significantly higher probability of success. The number one priority when you're just starting your business is to bring in income. That right there should be almost 100% of your focus. Let me tell you what you should not be focusing on at this particular stage in your business. So you shouldn't be focusing on building your brand. As much as the people who are into branding say that's the first and most important thing you can do, that's not the thing you do right out of the gate. Secondly, it's not creating an amazing website. As much as the people who sell websites try to convince you that is the place you should spend your time and your resources and your money, that's not what you should be focusing on. Next, creating a bunch of amazing content. As much as the content marketers say, the thing you need to do is have a bunch of cool, very cool content out there that everyone wants to come and read and opt into your things and follow you and think you're amazing and everything. That's not your number one priority. It's absolutely not buying technology. In spite of the fact that you're probably on a whole bunch of email lists of people trying to sell you technology for which they get paid an affiliate commission, realize, and that technology deal is going to go away at the end of the week. Buying technology is pretty much, way down on the list, if not the last thing you should be doing. And that includes things like your course portal, your nice cameras, all those elements. That's not your focus. Next, speaking of video, setting up a fancy video studio. So many people want to go and get the perfect fireplace back there and the orchid on it and redesign their entire home and make it so their kids can't even come in certain rooms so they can always have a perfect place to do video. That's not your priority. Here's one. It's not buying courses or buying into high-end masterminds. That's not where you should be spending your time and resources when you're just getting going as an entrepreneur. And it's certainly not building a huge social media following. As much as the people who tout Instagram and Facebook and everything say that that is the absolute essential thing, no, it's not. Now, yes, you need to do some of each of those things. Yes, you need some technology. Yes, you need a little bit of a branding presence. Yes, you need a little bit of content out there. Yes, you need some videos. Yes, you need, but none of those are your major priority. So what is your major priority? Throw that card away. I don't know what that card's doing here. It's going in the garbage can. Okay. What is your major priority? It's to focus on two things and only two things. Building an email list. A list of people who want you to send them emails about the subject matter that you're going to sell them products on. And then make offers to that list. Now, some of those offers are going to be your own products. Some of them may be affiliate products or products of other people that you're also selling them. But you need to make offers to that list. Here's the thing that oftentimes happens. People are so busy building the fancy website, building the branding, buying the technology, and they're spending all their time and money doing that. And pretty quickly they run up a huge credit card bill and they don't have any time or money left to be able to do things like, hey, building a list and building something that they can sell to that list. But those are the two and the only two key priorities that you ought to be doing. Abandon all other ships and just work on that. Your only job at this stage is to bring in income so that you don't have to go get a job. If you become 100% purpose focused on building income, all kinds of cool things start to happen. So your behavior starts changing to things like, instead of spending all this time building a course, maybe what I do is I call my 5 friends who ought to be receiving consulting from me and sell them on doing some consulting with me. And yes, I don't want to be in the business of selling time for money, but if I could get 5 people to be willing to pay me to get some consulting, and I'm spending maybe 10 hours, 20 hours a month doing that consulting, but that amount of money that's coming in from those 5 to 10 people is paying what I used to get from my job. Now I can spend the rest of my time building that course, building that list, and having something to sell to everybody else. Think about it that way. And all of a sudden, everything in your entrepreneurial journey changes. And all of a sudden, you become successful in ways you couldn't have done so otherwise. Have you ever made these mistakes? Let me know in the chat. I'd love to hear where you are with your experience with this. And I'd love to hear what you are focusing on right now. This is Don Crowther saying, just go do this stuff.